Yeah, I had a bit of coffee. So I've been contacted about the GTI. Listen, right now GTI is at 113. Now that's after the whole dividend thing like that. And I was telling people that it's not just because of that, it's not gonna go to the ceiling. No, it's gonna take a while because that is a form of, people don't like when I say it, but it's a form of unauthorized dilution because the shares that hit the street. Now, yeah, you can't sell it. I get it. It's locked in, but the street does whatever the fuck they want to do. So it takes time to, whatever. Now, as you get closer and closer to that time frame where people can, obviously, move that around retail, obviously you'll start to see climb up. But let me just say something. The price action that I see on GTI within about 180, $1.80 to about 220, 230, more or less, that's kind of like I see the buffer, the ceiling as far as like them keeping that price down. So for right now, you know, I mean, it's at 113, you know. So if you want to do a rise up on that, there's some things that are obviously going to happen with the whole Alpine stuff like that, and as far as like who's going to take over their shorts and shit like that. So I'm just waiting there, but at $1.13, it's not. I mean, that's a cheap price. Could it have up a movement? It has a retail following. GTI has a retail following. It's had its run before, and I wish the company would have fucking stepped up like I fucking said back then. Just step the fuck up, and then, whatever. I'm not gonna get into that stuff, but here we are now. My thing is around around that price range. That's where you'll start to see some movement. It's gonna cost a good chunk of money to push it down afterwards, and the street isn't really that way. So you might see some good movement again the second roundabout. But remember, at $1.13 price you can see on this, depends on how everybody holds. That's just all it is. But something like this, couple of bucks moving up, probably somewhere around what we had before. Because remember, something has to take us far back, so there has to be some major covering. But there's some liquidity issues that are coming up across the board. Like debt ceiling or no debt ceiling, we're going into some dark shit. Yeah, the big dogs, they're covered, but the other ones, no. So that's kind of like my breakout price. If GTI is able to push past it, if we get to like the 220, 230, if we get around that point, then you can start seeing your 5, 6, and then possibly going up higher from there. Just one of the stocks. I keep saying the GTI, I'm keeping my eye on it, but like I said, it wasn't gonna. People got pissed when I was like, yeah, it wasn't gonna be immediate because we already know any shares on the street they can use. They could do all kinds of nefarious shit with. People don't like believing that shit, but it happens. That being said, I'm keeping my eye on it, but that's more or less the price range that I see a breakout possibly happening. So there you go, GTI video for you.